up, people? Welcome to the Shanny Riz podcast, the Ribcast, as it were. We had quite a weekend this past weekend, man. We took it down to New Braunfels. Well, not New Braunfels, but Fisher, Wimberley area. San Marcos, New Braunfels, Fisher, Wimberley. It's like Central Texas, Hill Country, Central Texas. So yeah, we took it over there to the Devil's Backbone. Where they had their gumbo cook-off on Sunday. No, it was on Saturday. So we was off Friday. I had a Friday off. I can't remember what I did. I don't think I did anything. But Saturday we went over to the Devil's Backbone and played it was Shiny Wrist, but it was Bobby Boudin. It was we did mostly our Bobby Boudin set, which we hadn't done in a while. Sans Don Leedy. I should have called Don. Don, I'm sorry. It wasn't technically a Bobby Boudin show, but we played all that stuff, and man, it was so much fun. I just love playing that stuff. So at some point, I just need to do a Bobby Boudin record. That's what I think. What do you think? Should I do a Bobby Boudin record? Would it just confuse people? Have I not confused people enough already? Good Lord. So it was fun. I never got any gumbo because they had to cook off all day, so we didn't get there till later in the afternoon. But I had some damn good boudin. As soon as I walked in, Jess over there, they put us in the green room, a little house, looks like a little murder shed. They stuck me in there. I was one of the first people there. Me and Choppy Waters and Roger over at the Poor People Store. We went over there and Jess brought me. She said, "Are you ready for some tequila?" I said, "Well, yes, thank you." And then she brought me some boudin. It was a kind of a brisket-based boudin. A brisket-based boudin. Can you imagine Bobby Boudin getting some brisket-based boudin for his palate? It was good. I chomped on it, man. Chomped on it big. The skin was a little thick, for my liking. It's I don't really make sausage, but I do eat a lot of it, and I have definite opinions on the casings. But I understand too, talking to sausage makers, that you can't always get the casings you want. Sometimes you get the casings that you get. There's a life lesson in that. Sometimes you get the casings you want. Sometimes you just get the casings you get, and you got to make the best you can out of it. Do your best with it. Use the casings you get. If the sausage is good, it don't matter. But I do like casings that are very thin and they break real easily. When they're too chewy, it interferes with my enjoyment of the sausage. I don't like anything to interfere with my enjoyment of the sausage. Nobody likes that. I want my sausage the way I want it, damn it. I want to enjoy it. I want nothing getting between me and my sausage. This podcast is already loaded. Like a big fat casing. So, yeah, it was a great crowd. And a lot of dancing. We got them dancing, doing a lot of slow dance stuff, which I love doing these days. I love playing those slow dance love songs, man. I'm just really into that, It's just so nice to play a nice, quiet song. The band's restrained and people are dancing and it's quiet and it's not hitting you over the head. I do like to hit you over the head too, but after we slow dance. So I could come out, hit him in the head. Then you do a slow dance. Then you hit him a couple more times. Then you do a slow dance. Then you hit him 3 or 4 more times. Then you do a slow dance. And then the show's over, really. But the next morning, it was an early show, luckily. We started about 7-ish. And we were done by 9 or so. Hung out for a while. Enjoyed the talking to everybody. A lot of great people there. A lot of friends, a lot of new friends, a lot of old friends. Everybody left in a great mood. And then we got home. I was probably in bed by midnight, which is good. And I went straight to bed. And then the next morning I had to get up early because we had to be out at Town Lake, or I'm sorry, Lady Bird Lake at the Ann Richards Bridge, right there, where they have all the public shows down there. And the Ann and Roy Butler hike and bike trail right there on the lake, downtown. It's a beautiful little spot. We played there many times, and the Austin 10K was Sunday morning. So it was a big race. They've been doing that for 25 years, I think. They've been doing the Austin 10K, maybe longer. So, yeah, I played that before, but it was really great. Beautiful. It was a beautiful day. Just you couldn't have asked for more beautiful weather. Incredible. And the show was fun. They took really good care of us. And a fun little crowd. I mean, it's a weird crowd because it's a lot of people that just raced. So there's all kinds of stuff out there in the area that, some people don't necessarily want to go hear a live band right after they run 10K, which is about 6 miles-ish, maybe a little over 6 miles, 10 kilometers, which is not nothing. It's not nothing. I mean, I probably run 6 miles in any given show. But I don't know if I could actually run 6 miles on trails and pavement. I don't like running on pavement, really. It just feels like it's not good for my knees. It's not good for me. Just the shock of it. I guess if you have the right shoes, but hell, who knows what right shoes are anymore, right? I got some left shoes. I don't have enough right shoes. That was stupid. So we had a great show there, and then came home, and I was going to get on a pub crawl. Winker, Don Emmons, a great photographer in town, also known as Winker with an I, was having his annual pub crawl out of Don's Depot. It's a charity event he does every year, and I did it last year, and it was a blast. So they invited me again this year, which I was really flattered they did. I couldn't make it, but I did agree to meet them. My good buddy Michelle Beebe over there at Don's. She wanted me to at least come meet them along their pub crawl and have a couple of cocktails with them. So I did. I went over and met them at Sam's Town Point, and I was there before they were, so I was easy to get a drink. And then they all come in, and it was a great time. There were people on the pub crawl. Like Cody Braun was on there. I didn't know he was going to be on there. A lot of people on there that I was like, well, heck, if I had known all of y'all were going to be on here, I would have found the energy to come and done the whole pub crawl. But I just didn't want to get shit-faced, I feel like Friday night, me and the missus maybe got shit-faced here at the house. And then Saturday, I did a little drinking. I didn't get shit-faced, but I was drinking, So, I try not to drink every night. And I didn't want to drink Sunday night, but I went ahead and drank anyway. But I didn't stay on the pub crawl. I let them leave, and then I hung out and watched the rest of Rose Sinclair's show, which if you've never seen Rose Sinclair band, They play Sunday evenings at Sam's Town Point, and it is really, for grown-ups like me and you, it's one of the most classy, beautiful evenings of music you can find in Austin, Texas these days. So yeah, go see Rose Sinclair. You're liable to see me there. If I have a Sunday evening off, I'll definitely go back. She has such a great band. She's a great steel guitar player, and a great band. All excellent musicians. It's beautiful, beautiful music, and a beautiful evening. This time of year, especially. Springtime in Texas, man. Springtime in Austin is it's one of the greatest weather situations I've ever experienced.
Hello, this is the Lazy Man speaking. Next story is a true story. It's called Zipper Up. Keep your zipper up is always what my mom said. Keep it to yourself and keep it in control. And I thought, yeah, okay, it should be. A party with fun people and the bully bullied by humor, then he is lost. The rhythm of the bass drum and the bass guitar keeps going on. Is that a Bob Dylan song? I asked, and the DJ laughed, and he said, it's a Rolling Stone. I'm ready for the drink, I guess, with that nitwit of a DJ. Later he lay on the floor, too drunk to do anything. I took it over and started an old school soul marathon, and it became the first dance of the evening. What it got to do with the zipper up thing, I don't know. But it was also not 1997 anymore. Have a good day.
While we were over there at the recording studio at Cedar Creek Studio, me and Keith were talking about the old days when we recorded there. I did some, as I said, some of those early recordings there, and so did he. He was there during the OJ Bronco chase, and so we kind of went down memory lane. I was watching the Houston Rockets in the NBA Finals. Hakeem the Dream. Anyway, this is a little discussion we had about it. And it's kind of fun when Eric, who probably wasn't even born, maybe, when that happened, and he chimes in about it. And you start remembering how long ago it was. And then you change the subject. Did you ever hear from Ron about your session here?
Yeah, that was it. We were doing Fun Animal World.
Oh, you were doing Prescott Curlew Fun Animal World.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I think I even kind of remember...
Was Jim Wilson doing that? Or was Dave McNair? Do you remember?
Who was that? It was Stuart.
Oh, Stuart Sullivan.
Come over here and...
Yeah, it's possible.
Yeah. I do have some kind of memory of maybe Rob leaving, while we were... But it was like this. We stopped the session, and we were just like,
Yeah.
get the fuck out!
That was crazy. Yeah, we were watching it. Like I said, at Phyllis's, we were watching the Rockets game.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, they kept cutting in and out of the Rockets game to show us the fucking Bronco. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
And it was so infuriating because it was in the middle of the game.
Yeah.
It wasn't like a commercial break. It was like action was going on. They would cut away. And when Olajuwon was about to win.
That was that year.
It was that year, man. He was on fire. It was great. It was great to watch. And it just was so infuriating. But you were here, yeah. I guess you just stop and watch it. Yeah, all of America was watching that shit.
Oh, the OJ thing?
The Bronco, the white Bronco, yeah.
Dude, isn't there a stat like the most delivery pizzas ever ordered was during that because nobody left their house?
Could be, yeah. I mean,
Well, that's what Khalid was saying. That's the very first viral thing.
Yeah. Yeah, that was. I mean, I can't think of anything really since. That was unusual to have such a big celebrity acting so crazy on live TV.
Yeah.
Just
Well, that's
never
probably
happened.
part of what I mean.
And they cleared the highway.
Yeah. Yeah.
It is just like,
It's like a slow speed chase.
Yeah.
Where it's like he's like going like 20 miles an hour down the highway, right? Is there something like that?
Yeah.
So weird.
It is so weird. Yeah.
for a long time.
Yeah, he was suicidal apparently, right?
Yeah, I mean, I know that I watched a little bit of they did a Netflix, not a biopic, I guess, but they did like a little.
Yeah.
There's a documentary and there's there's actors in it for the other one too, but
Yeah.
I didn't finish it. Cuba Gooding Jr. though plays O.J. Simpson, which I thought was kind of a strange choice.
Yeah.
He kind of looks nothing like him.
Yeah, looks nothing like him. But I guess, he's such a knowable figure, no one's going to look like him.
Yeah.
So,
True.
I mean, you don't want to see, like, Dwayne The Rock Johnson as OJ. Do we?
Nah, I think I've seen enough of him probably for my lifetime.
Some people have allergies, but I used to have seasonal allergies, but I don't really anymore. I mean, I feel a little bit of it. I don't know why. Like as a kid in Beaumont, I remember springtime, like the oak pollen in the spring was just, I would just have puffy eyes and I was just oozing stuff out of my head. I was miserable and there was no allergy medicine back then. So my parents would do some boiling water in a steamy bowl of water and put a towel over my head and I would breathe the steam, kind of a sauna thing. And it would release some of that. And that's really about all you could do. And I would be miserable, seasonally speaking, when I was a kid. And then when I moved to Austin, it was bad. I mean, I always had seasonal allergies for years. There was one year where I didn't, and that was a year when I was living on West Annie Street. I was living at 602 West Annie Street. Me and Jimmy Smith moved there originally. Then Jimmy split to go to Nacogdoches, and a good buddy of ours, Merritt Manos, moved from Arizona. She was living in Arizona at the time. She was a Shreveport buddy of ours, and she moved in with me and lived there for a couple of years. So I didn't have AC. There was no AC in that house. So the summers were pretty miserable. But, you just put a ceiling fan on you and sleep butt naked, and it was fine. And I'll tell you what, living without AC for that year in that house, I had no more seasonal allergies. They went away for that year. They started coming back once we got a TV. Like, I didn't have a TV. I didn't have AC. I loved it. It was a great existence, really, for me. Because here's the thing with the heat. You do adjust to the heat. And now, at that time, I mean, the world's gotten a lot warmer since then. But the summers have gotten hotter. So I don't know if I could pull it off now. There might have been 100 or 200 degree days back then. That's the early 90s. But now you get multiple 100 degree days. So it would be intolerable. Anyway, that's just something I always thought was interesting. And so occasionally I will get seasonal allergies, and I'll take there's a couple of over-the-counter things I take in the seasonal allergy time. which is spring for me usually, and sometimes in the fall with the ragweed will get me sometimes. But then I look back and I'm like, well, it doesn't happen anymore, and I'm not sure why. Now, there's one thing I do that I didn't used to do, and around here it's the same cycle every year, but there's always something. In January, February, you have cedar that rages. And sometimes I feel that in my eyes if it's super high. And I thought I used to be allergic to cedar, but I think, it happens during the winter, in December and January, which is also cold and flu season. So that's the great thing about cedar allergies around here, is that you never know if you have a cold or if it's allergies. So I was assuming it was cedar allergies, but I think in those years, I think I would just had a cold. I don't have it. So you get cedar in the first part of the year, and then you get into March, you get grasses and oak, elm, and then you get into the summer. A lot of times there's a lot of mold and a lot of grasses. Then you get the ragweed in the fall, and then you get the cedar again in December. There's always something going, and mold is always crazy around here. So the one thing I've been doing some years ago, a good friend of mine, Michael Samuels, who plays harmonica with us, rarely, but usually at Old Settlers on the Sunday closeout show, which I'm not doing this year because here's what they did, folks. Old Settlers, they said they weren't having a festival this year, which I was disappointed, but I trust that they're doing the right thing. But then they throw a curveball and they decide, okay, we are going to have a small festival on Mother's Day weekend. So they did ask me to play on the Sunday to close it out. But I couldn't do it. It's Mother's Day. I'm like, I can't come out there and play a gig on Mother's Day. We got too many mamas in our camp. And that's great. I mean, I know there are a lot of mamas who want to go out there and they would love to see shiny ribs. I know mamas love shiny ribs, but I just couldn't. I couldn't do that. Didn't really want to. But I hope they have a great, successful festival, and all of you who will be out there, I'll miss you and miss being there. But I'm pretty sure we'll be back next year. I hope to be, at least on that Sunday. If that's all I did from now on with Old Settlers is play the Sunday closeout show, that'd be fine with me. Because that's one of my favorite things to do is play that traditional show, because it goes so far back, and I've missed very few of them over the years. And the Gorge used to do it, and then Shiny Ribs took over. And I missed the year that they had the divorce, the Old Settlers divorce between them and Scott. I missed that year. Because I had to go play Merle Fest. Lucky for me, I didn't have to choose between the two. I was able to save face, and I can say that I love them all. I love you all. So, but with Michael Samuels, he sits in with us on harmonica. That's what he always has for many years now, and he's a great harmonica player. Many of you probably know Michael. He's also, I don't know if he still is, but for a long time he was a pediatric nurse. And I asked him, what can I do about these seasonal allergies, man? What can I do? And he said, I tell you what, Kev, and the thing, in cold and flu season, this works too. He's like, wash your face often. He's like, I wash my face on a regular basis. If I'm outside during high pollen counts, when I come in, I just wash my face. Just get it off your face. And if you can remember, if you can, bathe before you go to bed. Keep your sheets clean. Wash your sheets off, and your pillowcases especially. Because that shit gets on you, man. It's dust, and it just gets all over you. Your pets bring it in, and it gets, so you can mitigate it, though, by washing your face and keeping it off of you. So that's what I've been doing, and I tell you this, and I don't know if that's the reason. I don't. I mean, I really don't know. No one understands why these things happen the way they do, but I don't know why they don't happen. And they don't happen to me anymore. I have very few allergies at all, and I'm really grateful for it. I can't say that there's some reason for it. Except that is the one difference I have made in recent years is I wash my face a lot. Like, just real quick, washing of the face. Not with soap, just water. Just wash it off. Get it out of my beard, especially. Your eyebrows. Get it out of your mustache. You like that? You like that? I like that. You like that? I like that. So, yeah, it was a great weekend, man. Had a great weekend. And then the eclipse was really cool. We watched it here at the house. And I had some invitations to some parties around town. I had some offers to play some festivals, some eclipse festivals, but I was like, I don't want to be playing music during the eclipse. I want to just chill and watch the eclipse. So, yeah, me and the family sat out here in the backyard. It was great. It was kind of a little unexpected holiday, you know. We don't often all get together at home. And so we sat out in the backyard. It was a beautiful day, even with the cloudiness. We saw the eclipse. We saw the totality. Not for very long, but we did see it, and it got dark, and we were all together. And that's kind of what I wanted, is to have a moment with my family during that phenomenal moment, that phenomenal moment, that phenomenal moment, that during that moment, that during that phenomenal moment that none of us will ever see again, probably. Now, I'll say this. I'd never been in totality before, and it was amazing. I got emotional for a few seconds. I was like in it, and I was looking at it, and it was like, wow. It was impactful on me emotionally, you know. I mean, it wasn't dramatic, but I felt something. I felt something inside, and it was a profound feeling, a connection to the earth and to life, and just it was one of those once in a lifetime moments, and those are always profound. So I enjoyed that, and I hope you all did get to see it and experience it in a positive way. Woo! I think that's about it. What we got coming up this weekend? Nothing. We have a weekend off, which is unusual, but I'm going to start doing that more, you know, because I want to do things like work in my yard, you know, and grow things. So I'm trying to balance my life a little bit, like a lot of people are trying to balance their life with work and play. So next week, we have the Shiny Rez Band is going to be at Main Street Fort Worth Arts Festival, which will be great. I love Fort Worth. I was just there for another festival. And then we're playing at Real Ale Brewery out in Blanco, Texas, man. I went out there. You may have seen the little ad running. I went out there and met Brad Farbstein, the owner of Real Ale, and got to know him. And we have some common history, music history. He's a big music fan. And anyway, it was good to go out there. And he got the old Threadgill stage is out there. And then, so once I knew he had the old Threadgill stage, my friend Tony Drury told me about that, and I was like, well, I gotta play a show out there at some point on that Threadgill stage, and it won't be the last show. I love this guy Brad, and Real Ale is a cool place, really great piece of property there in Blanco, and they've got the old Threadgill stage, and it's just a great hang. So when the weather's good, I think it's gonna be next weekend on the 20th. It's on 4/20. We'll be in Fort Worth on 4/19, and then Real Ale and Blanco on 4/20 for Real Ale's 28th anniversary. Pretty damn cool. But also next week, we are having a sort of Some Gourds reunion. We call it Some Gourds, which is a good name for it. So no Jimmy won't be there, and I don't think Max is going to make it, unfortunately. He wanted to, but he's got some other conflicts. So it'll be me and Claude and Keith, and Mason will fill in on bass. So it'll be my songs. We're playing a little 30-minute set, and this is a memorial for the Gourds' old manager who passed away in 2020, Joe Priesnitz. The great Joe Priesnitz. He was many other people's manager. Eric Johnson, who will be there. Kelly Willis will be there. He managed her for many years. When he managed the Gourds, he also managed Kelly. And Eric, I think he was always Eric's manager. So that's going to be fun. The family asked the Gourds to get together and come play a few songs at Joe's memorial. And so that's going to be a beautiful, touching thing. Still working out a set list. It's a very brief set, but I would like to make it meaningful. So that's something to look forward to next week as well. I've been doing some crazy shit in here. So here is there was a couple nights I've just come out here and what I do is I just jam. I just get the guitar or I get an instrument and I jam and I make shit up. I just make shit up, whatever comes out of my head. I try and put songs and stories together direct from the tap. That's what I do. Before I write a song, I just try and realize and just pull songs out of thin air. Because I do believe that, there's songs that are floating in the air and that we have divining rods. Our instruments are divining rods, and we can pull some of those things out of the air, and they can come through us. So that's what I do out here, and it's sort of a trance thing I get into. I just jam. I just have fun. A lot, some of it's terrible. Some of it's I sing out of tune. I don't know what I'm singing. I'm hunting for chords and melodies at the same time and lyrics. So it's a lot for my brain, and so it's not perfect. It's kind of sloppy, but there are moments within it where you can like, oh, that was good. Oh, that's nice. So I do that a lot, and probably too much. Like I have way too many songs like that are partially written in my phone, in my voicemails, in my voice recorder. I mean, so what I was doing out here this week is I'm just going to video it and record it with my microphone here. Just get good audio and get some video of it. So I have that to share with you. Some of that. I'm trying to think of a place within the podcast, what to call it. Maybe call it Song Shop. It's the Song Shop. We're going to go see what's in the Song Shop. Or what do you think? The Song Pile. Oh. Let's go out to the junkyard. So be it. Hey, have you seen her? My ballerina. Have you seen her? Around here, she's little and painted. She's prone to fainting, and I worry myself sick when she's not with me. I know it's not right for me to be so controlling, but it's all Mama ever knew. You remember Mama? Oh, We really loved her. Truly we did. Daddy, God rest his soul, he was hooked on Jesus and rock and roll. And Aunt Sally, she took the cane when she sent it COD to her imaginary J. We all just laughed until we cried that our little love would feel that way. And it hurt us deeply until we could not conceive of a way to go forward with you. I certainly pondered my options. I must have weighed them incessantly, but in the end I knew it's what you would want me to do. And I so loved you, I would do anything you had. I would do anything that you had. I would do anything if you'd ask. There's a spirit in the machine tonight, ladies and gentlemen. A cryptic enthusiasm. A cryptic enthusiasm is passive aggressive. Authentic creeps love progressive ass. In a week we've gone from strangely excited to otherwise derided, denied, divided, and I cried a bucket of tears a time or two. But nothing like the street flood that you put me through. I'd be lying if I said I'd never lie to you. When we decide to have a good time, at least that much is true. That much is true. I don't know, it kind of leaves you hanging, doesn't it? Kind of leaves you hanging. Not in a good way, man. I'll be your progressive ass, aggressive as the rats, and Teddy Pendergrass rices, boys, the sandpaper rejoice. My wife won the lottery after filing for divorce. That's an old Cajun trick for getting a new horse. people, telling other people what to do. It's not the thing that we admire, but which we do aspire. So if those donuts, they taste good to you, well, I'm sure to be unmoored, careening into cardboard. It's always in my path. Those manila colored corners held together by glue. Was that all that was intended? Do the math. Is it too outside of the box to say, take a bath? Read the room, bitch. This ain't a Zoom. This is real life. Get your shit together, get over it. Get your shit together, get on yourself. Get your shit together, you're nobody's own welcome. Get your shit together, you're nobody's help. Get your shit together, nobody's help. Get your shit together, you are independent abolitionist, volition to muster a great wealth of energy into the room with a commonality of fellowship. And all due respect to my fellow man, badges serve at the pleasure of humanity, not the other way around and around and around and around and around and around and around we go. Oh, 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 and around we go. And around and around and around and around and around we go. Around and around and around and around and around we go. Around and around and around we go. Around and around we go. Ooh, I got gelato in my beard. Ooh, I got gelato in my beard. Yeah. Ooh, come on, baby, help me get out. I look weird. I just got gelato in my beard. I said, ooh, I got gelato in my beard. Hey, I just got some gelato in my beard. Hey, I just got gelato, don't give me no lip, baby. I ain't no rider, come on, little baby. Get in my ear. Tell me why you love me. Tell me why you gone. Oh, tell me why. Tell me why. Have to go. I don't want you to go. I don't want you to go. I don't want you, baby. Don't you, baby? Now why don't you go? Why don't you go now? Why don't you go now? Hey now, go ahead. the wilderness like that, you just gotta slow down. You gotta slow yourself down. Turn yourself around. Take off the crown. Although it really feels good on my head. That's my emotional support hat. Yeah, I'm going to put it back on. That was a mistake. Yeah, that's much better. I get different frequencies from this hat. You got any hats like that? You got a hat like that? You got a... Do you have a hat like that? Do you have a hat like that? Hat like that? Wow. It took a weird turn at the end there. But that's what happens when you get lost, you know, and that's the whole point of that. Is to get lost. Did you get lost? I want everybody out there to get lost. Let's all get lost.